energy flow.
Say again?
Said I need some energy flow.
That's what we have batteries for. Okay. Hmm. Which? Okay, so let's stay with that one. Energy flow. I think a lot of people don't, we're going back to basics here. In our normal world here, normal human being, you have an energy source, let's call it, but you have to exercise with it. So whether you use let's say an in-out pump for core as a ball of energy, okay, and it's there, but when you get too bleh, it's like a battery. It's really dwindling down, but it's still there. But we have to like activate it. So some sense of a beat there, whether it's an inhale, exhale, or a hand movement, or a ha ho ho ha, something to get this thing going. And as these beats start going, the battery is charged. So I can go from blah and ha, pick up the pace. Boom, here I am. So it's always there, but some people don't know it's there. They don't know how to activate it. Okay. Also, we're asking you to activate it when it starts to dwindle a bit, where you don't feel like activating, leave me alone, kind of thing. Yeah. So, how to recognize a dwindling battery. And if you're interested, you go, whoa, I'm starting to dwindle. Wait a minute. And in some form, bing, bang. I myself, I like an up and down beat. Okay. Energy's up, energy's down. After a bit, they're mixing. Hey, here I am. Because the up and down was a little bit better. It activates the energy, or it produces more energy, whatever words you want to use there. So I like an up and down, and after a bit, hey, who am I now? The boom, activating the battery. Uh, uh, is that sort of okay? Did I say that all right? You want more energy, you need more energy. There it is. It's always been there. But nobody really told us. Nobody explained anything about it. Okay. How's that? That's a question.
Yeah, that's good. It comes when I train, but I forget to bring up energy during the day.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, the training what should we say? Sort of forces the issue, or you're starting to move, so it's starting to come alive, but you don't need that. I can do that same thing just playing with my hands here, so I do that a lot. Bing, bang, bing, bang. Ha! So nothing wrong with training. Good reminder. I don't know what to say anymore here, but just to be able to do it, just sitting there, standing there at any time you want, it's there. It's there. Well, I'm not in the dojo, so it's not here. During the virus thing, oh, I'm not in the dojo, I can't train. We were hearing that over and over. It's like, oh my God, people. But you know how it works? You train anytime with anything. Don't need a dojo per se. Oh, if you want to bend wrist, yeah, you need a partner. Yeah. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about this improvement of self, Bobby to a Robert, Robert to a Nadeau. That's all available there in that beat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, where are we going tonight? So, following this first basic, let's call it. So, normal human being, here I am, a Bobby or a Robert or whatever. And So I suggested for this program that there's a third quality. Let's say basic me is two qualities, whatever they are. Okay. Two qualities. Okay. No big deal, but probably some quality that got me heavily involved in physical and in martial arts. Another quality got me heavily involved in spiritual research. Don't know if I like the phrase, but so those are two qualities that kind of make me up. Okay. No big deal. Now, as you feel, do a little process work, you come more alive. You're not a Bobby anymore. You're a Robert. Hopefully you're a Nadeau. So your two qualities are really banging there, mixing up a better you. Okay, so far? Now I'm saying eventually it may show on itself and bump you. There's a third quality, one that comes from this underworld. Okay? It's a quality that is, for many people, most people, could I say, hidden, because it's in the underworld. People are a little leery of the underworld, so they don't like anything coming up at them. Okay. But it's a third quality that's related to your system. So my third quality is mine. Yours will be different. If we call them colors, if we call it a color, my coloring will be different than you. If you're a ruby red, mine might be an orange red. His over there might be a green. His over there might be a blue, whatever. We each have our own. Okay. Right. Okay. I want to go back over because I thought Noah's example was such a good basic example. So, Bob, you on?
Yes, that's it.
Okay. So, lately he's been playing with settling down, playing with this third quality. Okay. Now, anything about the first, just sitting, settling, and anything there that should be mentioned that you
Feel pretty balanced and very familiar.
okay? Okay, but talk to the people. You sat, you settled, you opened. What's your experience in this first being here?
You're talking about the first two qualities.
I'm talking about hitting the line, hitting the floor.
Feel comfortable that there's a lawful universe in which I have a place.
Okay. I think he's setting up a safety factor because I'm going to enter some strange territory in this underworld. But I know, I have a sense, I believe that whatever he just said, I have a place in the universe. Okay. And what else did you say? You said some other words there.
Lawful universe in which I have a place.
Okay. It's a lawful universe. It's not going to purposely screw you over. It's lawful. Okay. Anyway, we sit, we settle, we open. Okay. Now, at first, the energy quality, see, I always refer to the under stuff as energy because that's how I first approached it. I went deeper as a centered type personality that I am, got more energy, and I worked my energy beats up and down to move from Bobby to a Robert, from Robert to a Nadeau, da. Okay. But let's interchange that word with qualities. As you sit, settle, open, there's a quality there. At first may show like energy. You feel, you get a maybe more body heat. Maybe you get a little twitchy. Maybe you have a feeling of being nervous, taking the negative approach. Okay. Very few people, I think, not many people would say, oh, wow, underworld, yes. More people like, oh, the underworld. It looks weird, it's dark, it's strange. Monsters come from the underworld. Okay, so here we are. So when Bob first opened, what he experienced was, Bob,
Kind of oily substance that was very unpleasant to interact with.
continue with the ickiness of the oil, in your words.
But felt like it would clog things up, and what seemed like a smooth, as I said, lawful universe begins to have elements to it that it sort of interferes and it clogs that natural process up and makes it less predictable, less natural.
Keep it simple. So you want me to open to something that's going to clog me? Who would want to do that, right? First sense of that would be, I'm out of here. I'm not going to open to that. It's going to clog me up. Ugh. But you continued. What helped you to continue?
What helped a lot was a lot of the training that we've done in the past. I mean, these weren't snakes biting me. So if you could hang in with snakes biting you, I figured I could hang in with a little cloggy oil.
Okay. He's referring, you've heard the story before, many of you. He's referring to one of my first memories of experiencing the underworld was snakes were all around me, biting at me. Okay. I don't like snakes, and I don't like bing, bing. You could feel the bing, bing. What the hell's going on here? And I continued to say, I gutsied it out because I didn't know how things work, what things were. I gutsied it out, basic settling, opening, maybe a vague sense of a finer dimensional level, settling and opening. And the snakes started to kind of smirk or smile at me. I thought, aha, the game is afoot. I continue to settle and open a sense of finer dimensions. Okay. The snakes, after a while, change from snakes to spiraling energies. I don't remember when I was in. I had a sense of energies. I'm sort of energy prone guy. I like energies. So, energies. And they had a nice feeling about them. They're helpful energies. Continued, deeper, finer sense of dimensions. And they're coming from this feminine source that's beautiful. And they're like her pets. Ooh. How to open to these energies and allow these energies. And that's where we're going. That's a quality. Okay. So I'm going to change the word from energy. So whatever that quality was. Okay, let's roughly say, because they're coming from a female source, say, a feminine quality, and whatever. I don't recall now doing it in that form, but it'd be a quality that my basic me, my 1-2 normal guy, here was an add-on quality, a quality that I probably needed at the time. How do I know I needed it? It was there trying to show. Are we okay so far? Bob, you want to continue this? The icky oil became what?
It stopped being something that was going to clog the system up and actually turned around and became a quality of lubrication. And in that sense, it was a good companion to the lawfulness of things.
Okay. Now, for my benefit, stay away from the lawfulness philosophy. Let's just deal with this stuff here for my sake, okay? Nothing wrong, but for my sake, stop. Let's just deal with the experience, okay? Okay, so I infer in his settling and opening, somehow he inferred or was moving at a little finer dimension where that icky, thick oil was suddenly a beneficial oil. A soothing oil, something that would take the pressure off the joints, using physical terms. Okay, so we infer that he was doing that. How do I know it? Well, because it went from icky to something kind of nice. An oil where you got to really pay good bucks for because it's a very fine oil. Okay. You following me so far? Am I on track?
Yes.
Where are we, Bob, now? Boom, boom, boom. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
It began to really permeate my body at a very deep level of experience. So I could actually feel exactly what you said, that the joints felt better lubricated. And I knew if I was going to do any kind of a movement practice, it would be a lot better because of this.
Yeah. Okay. So this energy quality starting to be present, permeating, and it, let's keep it very simple. The first small piece of this, and the character there is still Bob Noah, but it's Bob Noah who moves better. Bob Noah, the better Aikidoist or the better Tai Chiist or whatever. Okay, so this third quality is starting to be incorporated, mixed in the system. You're enhanced with this third thing. Okay, so far? Am I saying this all right?
Yes.
Okay. So what we did there was this first settling in opening was icky. And that's where people would tend to run away. Okay. He continued, that's a dimensional line, into a little deeper, finer, and the oil began to show as a real quality thing. Okay. His body is present in this experience, so he actually begins to feel internally maneuverability, smoothness, something. Okay, so far?
Yes.
Where are we going? Where are we going? Do we want? Can you all do this? You're sitting there, fine. Can you all do this? Can you just sit, settle? Let's say floor level, shear level. Okay. And with the sense of opening to this quote underworld, that's something a bit deeper, a little more spacious, and it's underworld beginning. Can you play that within a minute or two here? Could you tell me your first reaction? Could be a mental reaction or a physical reaction. We're going to take the icky approach thing to it. People say, oh, this is great. Boom. Yeah, fine. Let me talk to you people later. But for those that are going, ick. What's your reaction with that?
Being sucked downward.
Being drawn down. Okay. Well, maybe we can hold it right there. Just a sense of, oh my God, it's quicksand. That's where the quicksand fear comes from, being sucked down into. What's your negative reaction about that?
Resistance.
Yeah. Ooh, I don't want to get sucked down there. You're on quicksand, of course, you're going to resist it in some form, right? Okay. It's showing at first in a negative. Okay. Unfortunately, too bad that it does that, but it does it. A lot of people. Okay. Somebody sitting, settling, opening, acknowledging there's something underneath, and I'm saying yes, and it may show icky.
Mud.
Muddy. Okay. If you're at a resort and they have a mud bath, you'd go for it. But you're sitting. I don't think you'd go for it. Okay. Ugh, mud. I want to be a pure light being. With mud, oh no. This is anti-spiritual. Okay. Somebody? The first
Sensei, it feels like
presentation-
it's a mold.
A what?
A mold, like how you make a mold
like
out of
fungus.
sand.
Mold like fungus.
No, mold like you make a mold out of sand to make a sculpture.
A sculpture mold, Sensei, a sculpture mold. A mold to cast a sculpture.
Yeah, so it feels like you're in the sand. Like it's not like moving sand, but like sand. Anyway, my accent is not good.
Okay, but I want a negative here. What's your negative? I can't hear the negative. You sit, you settle, you open.
Hmm.
You get a negative?
I think, Andreas, are you saying that you feel encased in sand like a mold for casting a statue?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And there's no negative or positive. It's a neutral state. If it's just being, right. I don't know.
But he
That's
feels
how it
he feels confined, Sensei, and
Okay.
encased.
All right.
But not
Andreas, Andreas, if you're going to continue to talk, you have to clip your words because it's blurring like crazy on my set here in front of me. So don't blur your words for us.
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. If I open, it's going to solidify me. Basically, is that what he's saying?
He's if he goes to open, he feels encased
Yes.
by packed sand.
And it's going to freeze him. Isn't this some Bible story about the salt lady? Remember, somebody turned around and
Lot's
got
wife.
turned into salt.
Lot's wife.
Yeah. Well, I think he's repeating a Lot's wife thing here. He's going to get locked in. He'll be the sand man frozen there forever. Okay, whatever. It's a negative. Okay. Who wants to move in from, hey, I'm Andreas, the happy Greek, to locked in man? Rrr. Give me another one, somebody.
I have one. Can you hear me? This is
Yeah.
Amy from Oakland. It's
Hey.
it's a dangerous construction site.
Okay. Give me details, construction site.
Um,
What's your feeling? Don't
My
give me,
f-
oh yeah, it looks like, give me, what's
It's a
your
dangerous
feeling?
construction site, and I'm trying to find a safe way out. So there's a fear, there's a little bit of fear trying to like flight
Okay.
out. Yeah.
Let's hold it for basics.
Okay.
This is a dangerous place, whatever it is.
Mm.
This, as I settle and open, it feels dangerous. Okay? All right. I want out of here. Okay, that's typical. Here we are in this first thing, negative hits you. You want to run. You're looking for a way out.
Mm.
Because the feeling of it was danger. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, Noah's was icky oil. Ugh. Mine was a snake pit or snakes. Okay, we all want to run right there.
Hmm.
That's easy. So I'm giving you a heads up that often, not always, not for everybody, but often it shows very negative. That's why the underworld has such a bad name. That's why a lot of people won't in any form go there. That's the underworld. The devil lives there.
Hmm.
I'm spiritual. I float up here. God forbid I should get anywhere near that. God forbid I should even acknowledge I have a body. I'm a spiritual being. Because when I have a body, I begin to feel some flows from under. Oh, that's weird. So I'll be a spiritual floater. Big misunderstanding, people. It's been a big misunderstanding for Jesus. Centuries upon centuries upon centuries. We got to stop it. We have to come to terms and realize the beauty of this underworld. How are we going to do that? Sit, settle, a sense of finer dimension, follow your monster, I followed my snakes. Noah followed his icky oil, changed. And there's even more change. That's just the beginning. Okay. Amy, follow yours and see the finer.
Yeah, I've been
finer of it.
playing with that actually, and more like trying to be the construction site. Like if I am actually the
Oh, okay,
construction site.
wait.
Yes. I know it's weird. I'm just
Too soon. What's the quality? You see, you've got a dangerous place. Oh, we don't have a quality yet. We've got some energy movement that affects you as dangerous, but we don't have a quality. How are you going to become that? It's dangerous. I don't want to become dangerous. What's the quality? We got to dimensionally move a bit.
okay.
You can't do this off the top of your head, just sitting right there. It's too soon. You got to settle till we get to the finer, truer of it. And we're not anywhere near there yet tonight. Okay. So don't do anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the finer? What is it really? Okay. So I play different games with it. One is kind of a, if it says, no, you're an asshole. Okay. Easy, settle, open. And I played the say what game. What'd you say? After a bit says something like, well, you're not at your best, which is a little bit better than you're an asshole. Okay. Easy, settle, open, easy, finer dimension. Say what? And I begin to hear and then experience different things. That's the pattern. You can't do it that first second. Practice. Oh, okay.
Yep.
I see, if you know too much, people, we can screw this up. I could lay all this out. You say, oh, I understand. And okay, here's my third quality, and I'm a blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, I'm sorry that you learned that much. Because it's not a knowledge about, it's a experience. Okay. Don't know how to say that well, but you get the drift. Okay, so the basics. If this person wants to improve, they can continue improving their beats, Bobby to Robert to Nadeau, whatever. But someplace you may say, there's something more. Or the quality itself may chase you down. Okay. And show itself and bump you. But if we recognize that you're being pushed, you're being bumped, kind of nervous in the service flavor. Oh, something's talking to me. Oh, it's coming from the underworld. Okay, easy. Whew. Settle and begin this process of opening and opening dimensionally till it can clarify itself, till the snakes biting show that they're beautiful energies from a beautiful source. That's your thing to practice. Okay? I'm just giving you the first couple of steps here, using Noah's as an example because I thought it was kind of classical. Okay? Now, is that sort of okay? There seems to be something. Okay, let's see, where should we go here? As you were to do this deeper and more and finer, quality. And that quality is mixing with your basic two. So now you're here, you're that guy, yeah? I want to give him a different name. So I'm calling him the triangular guy. Triangular guy. Kind of, let's see how I would name. Triangular guy. Just to remind me that, oh, I'm playing with this third addition. So I'm not the normal 2-beat of Bobby. As this quality begins to show more and more, and I incorporate it, mix it in my basic system, it's an add-on, improved quality. Boom. I begin to experience myself. I keep exercising myself to be the triangular guy. But that's my example. Is that okay for you people? That sort of makes sense? Whatever. So this has to be exercised. It's not just an idea. You gotta, as you exercise in your 1-2 world, that was a good start we did tonight with that question. That was an exercise. Okay. Gee, I'm feeling kind of depleted. Okay. But you have within you, inner dimensions, is the original source of all energy. Okay. You have access to ding, 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 ding. The more of it, and eventually a whole bunch of it, and eventually maybe the beginnings of it. Why do you think O-Sensei was so powerful? And he didn't show us a lot of what he could do. Didn't want to scare you too much. But there was a source of power along with all those fine qualities. Okay, so where the hell am I going with that? Oh, so that first basic of practicing exercising just with your 2 beats. So that when it's time for you to open to a third quality, that you know sort of how to exercise with it. So it's not just an idea, but you're the actual enhanced person. Okay. Bob, did we haven't gotten into yet the quality? Help me here, Bob, John.
Yes.
The quality, you see where I'm going. What word would you use? What's the finer level of that quality?
Becomes a golden feeding quality where it's not just lubricating, but feeding.
Okay. All right. Now tell me about a person's quality, not about that stuff. As a person, what's the quality? What's it do for Bob Noah?
It strengthens my system in many ways, but specifically, say, with the tendons, the ligaments on a physical level.
Go past that. That's fine. Let's go past it. Boom. Mr. Noah. Boom. What do you got? You're the beginning of a triangular guy. You're the beginning of it. Tell me about you.
Somebody who's comfortable standing on the stage and speaking about the truths of the universe.
Okay. An upfront speaker. So it's that, whatever it was, courage or whatever we want to, what word we want to put there? Give me a word. I say courage, you'd say
Confidence.
confidence. Yeah. Confidence. Boom. You've been involved virtually your whole life in this. Finally, we get a boost to be confident in laying this out. Not saying that you were doing a bad job as Bobby Noah, but this says you need more. It's time. Go and do your job, man. Not to put you down for yesterday, but to say, hey, there's more.
Yeah, looking at past lifetimes, this opportunity presented itself many times, and for the most part, I passed on it.
Yeah. He's bringing up past lives here. An interesting thing seems to happen as we play with this triangular you. Okay, again, don't try to do this that first second. But that self seems to want to start to show that it's there present. Okay, it's there all the time. It's there in the 1 and 2 guy, but it's sort of got wound in the vortex of things. So it's Bobby and it's wound up around Bobby and it's wound up around Robert. But eventually, easy the eye, unwind, And eventually there's a certain level where self says, hey, I'm here. I've always been here, but you never noticed me. Finally, I get to show you that I'm here. Okay. And that seems to me to be happening better, clearer when we hit this third quality, when we are playing in that world of the third quality, when we're playing as triangular person, self seems to want to show there. So keep a heads up, people. Yeah. Let's see what else we want here, Bob. If it's just, I want to go over again this exercise of it. If it's just a knowing idea about it, it doesn't have substance enough. You're too easy to get pushed over, so to speak. Okay. You have a nice idea, but there ain't no body home. And we need this level of body. I don't mean body. I mean an inner, finer body. Okay, beingness. So the triangular guy is a guy of substance. He's actually there. People may even begin to see it and say, hey, who is that guy? He's a little bit special, for example. It's there. It's not just his idea, but hey, I'm really somebody special. How come you're not noticing me? In my mind, I'm really special. How come you're not inviting me to give lectures around the world? Because I know everything. Insanity. Where are we going, Bob? Where are we going? Past lives, past lives. Okay, and so let's say how to draw the self. Let's say for some reason, my sense, what seems to be happening is start to play this third quality and the self that's there starts to show that it's there better. I say, Bob picked it up. How do I know that? Because self is a retainer of all your experiences, including past life experiences. So while he was funning around with this, it said, oh, by the way, you had a similar experience in that past life. And by the way, you had another past life with very similar experience where you were unsure of this quality, you balked at this quality, whatever. That's the self, is how I would lay that out. Okay, is that all right?
Yes.
So just giving people a heads up, start playing with this triangular you, to not be surprised if something else potentially shows there, the self. Oh boy, are we going to get too lost tonight? Let's see. Yeah, the main work is really the pumping beingness. I know it's fascinating. Now, how does it work? And oh, it looks like that and it's doing that. Yeah, but you got to be careful. Just this intellectual knowing. It's this experiential beingness that's critical. Okay. And that's one reason the underworld, Sensei pushed on that. Okay. Because he said there are a lot of people with a lot of knowledge, spiritual belief knowledge. But he said, no, they're missing. So he brought in the body more and the fuller, deeper of the body. He tells me, he said, why do you think I introduced Swatiwaza to them? That was his beginning, first couple of baby steps for the underworld. I said, that's why I had him do Swatiwaza. Okay. Hoping that in that settling, deepening, that this would show how it works. And they'd go, and continue finer, deeper, finer dimensions, and a better triangular mix. Yeah. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Okay, where are we? Where are we? Ellie, Steve on?
Yes, he is. Yes, Bob.
Let's go over yours. Okay, so let's see. Start me off. How'd you get into the one you're playing with here this period of time?
Oh, well, just the normal settling, easy open, and start approaching the dark, the underneath. A lot of what Bob said, other than the texture of the dark, a lot of what he said reminded me of my experience, that golden light, that sense of confidence. That
You're jumping ahead a little bit. I'm sorry.
yeah,
You're jumping
okay.
ahead a bit. You're talking dark and suddenly we're into golden light.
Okay,
Come
let me
on,
back it up.
Steve. Bing, bing, bing.
Bing, bing, bing. Okay, so it's just the normal practice. For me, it would be settling, opening, um, and just checking all of the parts are in place. A sense, it was helpful to realize the character is there. Even if the character is just a processor, it's a character there.
Were you,
Doing its thing.
were you establishing this basic 2-beat guy?
Yes, and I would maybe call those 2 beats. Okay, for me, one might be calm. Okay, I recognize that. I'm comfortable with that. Another might be imagination, and once again, comfortable as a 2-beat guy or a 2-quality guy.
Okay. So there's his first sitting check basic, that he's there and he's basically him in whatever form. Okay?
Right.
Now, we're going deeper.
Right. And I might use, for me being a center person, that center line, almost like an elevator shaft, allowing me to go deeper from where I am here now into the dark,
Okay.
starting to drop down a floor.
Okay. Now, in the dark, I want to take a bit of a negative approach to facilitate. What you first bump into?
Well, it seems like there's a sense of maybe disorientation, in an ocean where things are not that identifiable, and I tend to want to be able to label things and identify them, and it was pretty amorphous. What's going on here? So I wasn't, I couldn't grab on to
Anything. So you're in a space and you weren't clear what was going on quite where you were.
Right. And at first that's, and wanting to grab onto something, and just trusting, okay.
And could I say right there, some people who really want to know, they won't do shit until they know what's going to happen and how it works out. Not knowing could be, and you want to get out of not knowing, because back in the world of basic 1-2, they kind of know. God forbid they ought to be in a not knowing space for a bit. How horrible that could be for some folks, can you imagine? Okay. So moving along.
Okay. What sometimes would show, different times would be a little different, would be a self would start to appear. Something would like break through that darkness. That to me seemed like self was showing its showing.
Okay.
For
a lot of people, I may not go that way, or that may not happen to you. We'll get a little bit different experiences within this situation, within this thing we're in. So in this case, the self side to say, oh, by the way, I'm here. It's okay. Could I say?
Yeah.
Yeah. a lot of people won't get that at first. They'll just get this, and then oh, it's not so bad. Oh, that's really kind of nice. Oh, it's really a quality. Boom, 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 boom. So I'm just saying he picked up a sense of self pretty fast there. Person to person. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, and what starts to show, and this is why, you know, what Noah was saying about this kind of golden, for me, it was the golden boy. There was this sense of
Let me go with the troops. So he went through more than one level. He took an elevator through the dark. Then he got out of the elevator at a certain level, and the quality, it's a golden quality. Okay. So he didn't do the puddle to the pond to the lake to the Great Lake pattern. You know, he did a faster form of traveling. Reaches a level, and at that level, the quality is clear to him, and it's a golden boy. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and you know, we talked this week about it, and what I found myself practicing today is, okay, that's a golden boy level 1, our first, you know, like a Bobby golden boy. That wasn't the full enchilada. Okay, and get comfortable, and that's okay. And I know there's more than that. So I play with allowing the more of that quality. Let it be more. And as I get more comfortable with it, recognizing there's other 2 qualities, all 3 of those qualities start to mix and be comfortable with the character.
Hold it there. We're bringing up the triangular form, the mix of the basic 2 and this new addition, this golden glow quality. So we okay? So that right there, I'd say, oh yeah, there's a triangular set. Mixing up you, the triangle. Can we? I'll go ahead. We'll see.
Well, as I allow that, as I embrace that, those all 3 qualities, you know, like what Bob said about the confidence. Yeah, there's that there. There's a sense of this being that is much fuller, much more complete. And you know what? This was just a thought before when Bob was talking about his, is that the fact that the self is there. What's the word? It tempers the quality in the sense that there'd be a tendency for me to want to get full of myself, because here I am, this golden boy standing out on the stage, but it doesn't get out of hand. It feels like it's very full and complete, but balanced, not pushed by it.
Yeah. Good. If you retain the sense of a character, now I'm the triangular guy, a character. Boom. Mixing up the triangular character, because it's a quality, but it's still an energy that can push you into, oh my God, I'm fantastic, which is what he just said.
Yeah.
Okay. In one way, I'm sort of sorry he's bringing in the self here, because I don't want people to get confused. Yes, there's a self, but now we're working on this quality for the triangular guy. So for me, it would have been okay to say, oh, gee, a self popped in and said, it's cool, my son, I'm yourself. You're in sort of safe territory. Go and proceed. But not to keep, I don't want to confuse the self with the triangular guy and stuff like that.
Right.
So in a certain way, it's like, I don't know, be neater. Be neater.
Okay.
Don't smudge. You remember smudging, people?
Yes, I do.
Smudging. No smudging.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the triangular spirit self. Starting to smudge a bit. These are individual pieces. Relate to each other, are present with each other, but they're each a piece. We don't want to smudge these pieces. The universe you're caught up in is tricky enough as is.
Yeah.
Let's be neat as best as we can. Let's be neat. Okay. So we've got this golden boy. You're practicing its development. So it shows the more of itself as a quality. Okay. You're talking to triangular guy here. Can you give us? So here's your basic Steve, let's call him basic Steve, but now there's this addition of this golden glow. Let me say golden glow. The triangular guy, mix, hate the triangular guy. Tell me what the triangular guy is feeling, experiencing. What's he do?
One of the things that he does is he's much, being a center person, this guy is much more comfortable in situations in the circle. Like Bob was mentioning about being confident on the stage.
You would be more social.
Yeah, or out there, so to speak. Yeah.
It's okay to step out of your yard into the neighborhood.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me more about this triangular guy. Give me more, best you can. I know it's early in the game, but best you can. Lie to me.
Well, one thing that I sense is that all of these three qualities are much more at hand. They are like tools, so to speak.
Hold it right there. Another possibility when we start to play with the third quality is you sense better these two, or you sense better their presence, or that they're two energy field qualities. Is that okay way to say it?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
So apparently a lot can happen as we start to play with the third quality or the triangular you. So I mentioned self seem to, for some people, seem to really begin to show there. He's saying, oh, not only was that there, but my realization of my two qualities just got clearer. I was more comfortable, whatever, with that mix of basic two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, and the sense is that they all enhance each other.
Yes. The whole creation, by the way, is built along that way. One piece will want to work with the other piece. That's built in harmony. Okay.
Yeah. There's almost a sense of wizardry about it. I mean, it sounds a little presumptuous, but there is that sense of magic that with
Okay, hold it right there. In years ago, I was funning around in the underworld stuff. Often showed for me as caves, and then another cave. One of the main caves there was Merlin's cave. It was magical cave. It was a place where magic was created or came from. Magic, yeah. Noah, what was that? We used to do practice using a 4 count on movie scripts.
Correct.
And
Yes.
wasn't the 3rd count magic? But I don't know if we use that word then.
Yes, we did use that word, and we actually looked at a movie script that was missing the magic, and the movie bombed.
Yeah. We used to have this formula for checking out movie scripts. And number 1 quality meant something. I forget our pattern now. Number 2 meant something. and number 3 was sort of the magic of it. And so we were doing this check on this for practice, this check on this supposedly magic movie, and there was no magic. There was no 3. There was no juice. And we said, how can that be? But like Bob said, the movie totally bombed. Not just bombed, it totally bombed. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. There was no magic. Anyway. Also in Business Guys, we used to do this again, this pattern. Check out Business Guys. Basic good business guy was a balanced 1-2 guy. Okay. You check somebody else out and they got a 1-2-3. Suddenly you got a shining star potential. You got a guy who's I don't know in business the word, but somebody who's a little bit special. Bob, what's some of the words there? If basic 1-2 is your general manager, just a manager of a department, fine, good. It's pretty good. Somebody else has got this third thing. They're a triangular person. What business words might we use?
One of them that was coming along at the time was the celebrity CEO, the person who really transcended the fact that he was the CEO of a company and became something more than that.
I think you're into the total 4 count guy, but that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, here we're just talking about the number 3 addition. That's somebody who's on the cutting edge. If he was starting a business, he might attract my attention. I might want to throw a few bucks in his stock early. Just not that it's guaranteed, but he's kind of sharp. He's special. There's hope for whatever he's going to do with his company. One of those guys.
Charismatic or visionary? Charismatic.
Yeah,
Or
or visionary. Yeah. Yeah. If they're really got it all together, they're real visionaries, and damn if it doesn't happen. That's a guy company you want to have stock in that I never do. Damn. Okay, so where are we with this? Triangular guy. Okay. Oh, again, the exercise, back to you, Steve, the exercise. See, we've had practice exercising with 1 and 2. Okay, now we got 3. And the exercise is, I don't know the word, pump, boom, boom, pump. So I got my basic, easy. Now this third quality, up and down and here I'm the triangular guy. Okay, again, basic 1 and 2, and deeper quality. The gold glow. Boom. Boom. Now all 3 are mixing. Boom. I'm the triangular guy. What would I like to do? What can I do? How should I be in the world? You'd want to ask soon after that. Does that make sense that I laid it out right? You want to add anything to that, Steve? Or
No, in fact, what you said seems very, very apt. That when all these things are working, there is a desire to manifest it, to bring it to the fore, so to speak.
yeah, so like Noah said, he does want to present it. I forgot what word Bob used, but to get on stage and say, hey, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. I
So
don't know.
what are you going to do? Is you're early in the game, but what's your sense of what this golden glow plus your norm triangular guy? What maybe how is that going to manifest in the world? Yes, you'll be more social, but let's get a little bit better than that. You're the triangular guy, golden glow, plus your nice norm. What you going to do? Lie to me.
Oh God.
God.
Well, maybe I'm going to be out on the Grammy stage accepting an award for the Song of the Year. How's that?
That's a big leap.
Well, you asked me.
I keep things simple, step at a time myself, but and tomorrow, wait, I'm better than those sensei. That's a bit of a big leap.
Okay. No, but by and large, my sense, and it would be a very everyday experience as to how I operate in the world, that that expression of "you don't hide your light under a bushel" would be more a kind of a guiding theme for me as I walk into the world. Okay.
Okay.
That's what ties in with the thing of being more social, more comfortable in situations.
And it'll be that retroactive, how the world comes back at you. Things might happen there for you to rise to the occasion. So there'll be that, I don't know what to call that, symbiology? No, sort of a centered, thank you.
Symbiotic.
No, it's okay. Reciprocity is okay. Yeah. When they invited me to Esalen, for example, I also had to continue my development of the Nado me to be equal to that position. Since I'm in a situation of not just my Aikido students, but of university professors, doctors, psychiatrists. So I had to continue to improve me to be better with that. And as they put more pressure on me, then this got better. There's this bing, bang, center, circle, circle, center possibility in this pump. Yeah. He rose to the occasion.
When you mentioned that, one of the things that it made me realize, if I look back in my past, I feel like now I have more access to these qualities. In the past, there were times when I had opportunities, but I didn't rise to the occasion. And I could see it was like, okay, there's an opportunity, but I wasn't there yet.
Yeah. Yeah, even if it's sort of meant for you, if you don't have the guts for it, you back off, so to speak. Yeah. You didn't mention that this quality in normal life form, your mom wanted you to, something your mom was doing with you where you were saying, oh, she wants me to stand out, right?
Yeah,
Lay that out a bit.
I was the firstborn, first grandchild, all this, and I had some things going for me, but I really consciously did not want to be on stage. I did not want to be exhibited. So yeah, that's why it became so familiar when I saw this third quality. Oh yeah, I remember that, but I buried it.
Yes, and sometime when you're funning around with self, it'll show you a historical. This probably is not the first life you've done that in. It's kind of fun to go over those and see, how it was there and how you misunderstood it. That we have to go over it now and really get it. Boom. Okay. Catch up for what? Lost work, lost time.
A lot of lost time.
You see, this getting okay with our qualities is part of this return journey back. This is not just some game we're playing, but to return back, what word should we use? To your more original being, your original source. These main pieces have to be there. Yeah. They're part of the return package. That's why you just can't return back with an idea. Oh, I know I was original and I know I was very pure at original. I'm sorry, people, it won't work. It won't work. Right. Certain pieces, doom, 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 doom. there's a lineage. Okay. Hope I said that okay. Oh, God, we're eating up time there. So yeah, go ye and continue to play with this. I'm calling it golden glow. Yeah. Golden glow. Yeah. Yeah. Be interesting. See what comes of that. Bob also will keep me informed on his development. We lay out a bunch of stuff. People, you got to have a question or two. Dumb questions are allowed. Feel free. Deanne?
It's
Nah.
Mike from New Zealand. I was just thinking back to the beginning when we were talking about when the energy isn't there and realizing that you can actually summon it at any time. But isn't that also, when the energy isn't there, isn't that also a natural indication of downtime? As another possibility.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just mulling on how that could be fine-tuned or something. Yeah. Just have to be careful people don't overdo, sort of, in a sense, downtime, because they just want to escape from responsibilities, let's say. Oh, it's downtime, it's downtime, it's downtime. Like, Jesus, you've been in downtime for 18 years. When are you going to get out of it, you know? So let's not go overboard with that. Also, yes, downtime. But maybe even during the virus, which was kind of to me a major downtime, I was still pumping my pump. I didn't say, oh, the virus is still going on, downtime, down. Yeah, the world was sort of in a downtime. Me personally, I was exercising, developing. So again, we'd have to fine-tune the conversation someday on that. Whatever you like. Whatever you want to do with that. But somebody. That's it. We're finished. All that we laid out, we got no comments? Where did I go wrong?
We're all just shell-shocked, Sensei. It's just
It's too much, you shell shock. Yeah.
no, it's overload basically.
Yeah.
So
Oh, it is
certainly-
big time. It's big time. The underworld is the beginning of big time. That's why I try to give you a heads up. A lot of things may happen there. If the sense of that quality, so we're just doing those lines dimensional. I might call it a puddle, a pool, a pond, a lake, a sea, an ocean. That the underworld may show to you eventually that it's really kind of like an ocean. Okay. Don't let the bigness, if that were to happen that way, scare you any. Still the same basics. You still are incorporating, and that's part of your mix, who you are. But a lot of things seem to be happening on this third thing, even more. For Steve, for example, when I talk to him sometime on the phone, I'll mention the Golden Boy might also be a move into an archetype. Golden being, guy, as an archetype. So archetypes might begin to show better here with at the triangular time. Again, now that's another whole discussion. Okay. Nothing more to say about it clearly, but so just a lot could happen from this time on. It's a kind of a big step. Okay, it's not just another little thing. Get into it, get involved, exercise, experience. We'll see where it brings you. Okay. Yeah. Just trying to give you a heads up. It starts to show. Fine. Wouldn't surprise me. That it shows really big doesn't surprise me. That archetypes, that equality, character kind of thing pushes you into the archetype level of it, wouldn't surprise me. Just trying to give you a heads up. That's all. Because most of these things, no one ever gave me a heads up. I had to hack through on my own. Okay. Wasn't easy. I'm hoping to make it a bit easier. Hoping.
Seems to be the human disposition, though, that we have to do it our way individually, each of us. You know.
Yes, as long as I don't know what to say here. Follow the basic rules of the creation we're in. But you're you and I'm me. My color scheme quality mix is different than yours. But that we're in dimensionality, that for me, there's a 1x, for you, there's a 1x. Now, who you are in your 1x, you're not Bobby, you're Mikey. Okay? And how you react in the 1x is how you react. I react different. Okay? Get me in a 1/2x, I'm dangerous and a little crazy. Okay? But I know I'm dangerous. I don't go that way. I stop on this vortex. I go, whoa, tight enough. Let's go back upstream. Let's unwind here. Sort of been there a bit, done that. I don't want to go back into that. It's too tight. But my reaction, your reaction will be different. Yes. So yes, differences all the way, but there's certain basics. We are in a universe. There are certain rules in the universe. Yeah. I just don't know how to say that well, but I'll try to come up with better words to say.
I think what you've presented, you've done very well. I mean, I think the whole point is that you've shown us not the way maybe, but a way through your own life, basically, and how you've learned and the things that you've learned. And that at least gives us a little bit of an idea of what our path might be. But it isn't giving us a map that says this is the road that you take.
Yeah. I'm not telling you you have to sit on a snake pit. That was me, mine. Noah's was icky oil. Steve skipped his by taking the elevator, good trick, to a very fine level where it's golden already. But I didn't want to start there, nor would I use you as an intro to a bunch of beginners, because I know they're going to go, ah! And they won't know how to use an elevator. They don't have your time in. So I wanted to present it and sort of in the worst case scenario, so to speak. You know, Amy, basic. When I settle and open to the underworld, it feels dangerous. I just get this feeling, or however she would word it, it's danger. That's all I want, just right there. And then it lead people into, if you don't panic, play the game, easy, settle, open dimensionality, it'll clarify. Yeah. So it'll start off with something like, not, oh, you're a total asshole. And as you continue, it'll be like, what a great one you are. How welcomed you are here. At this level of you, something, a very nice shit, very, very nice shit. Yeah. But I wanted people to recognize that first, because that's what they'll run away from that. You remember Iron John? No.
Yes. Iron John.
Iron John. That dark water pit in the middle of the woods. And the people in town never want to go near there because anyone went near it, they get sucked in or something. And this visitor heard about that and said, oh, wow. And he ran to get there, to get involved. But Again, nobody from the town wanted to go near it because it was a dark underground pit thing. Ta-da! I'm just tired of the townspeople running from this very critical place that has so much enhancement capability and is potentially a major step along the way. I'm out of here, people. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Sensei.